What's going on, you guys? If you're new here, my name is Morgan and welcome back to another video. So it just occurred to me we have not done a Hershey Pupdate in a while, and if you're not watching my vlogs or my short vlogs, then you don't know how Hershey is doing. You haven't seen her running. So of course I have to do a Hershey Pupdate. And at this point, I think we're on week 5. I think I missed week 4, but I'm not sure. I've lost track of time. My mother-in-law is being put on hospice this week. And then my husband's uncle had open heart surgery today after having a heart attack last night. So it's been a little bit busy. I have puppies going home at the end of this week. I got dogs going home because we decided to downsize a little bit and stop breeding certain breeds. So primarily I've been entirely busy, entirely occupied, so I've completely forgotten about a Hershey Pupdate. But we are back finally with a Hershey Pupdate, so here we are. So Hershey broke her pelvis. She jumped off my bed, which is our couch, because I haven't gotten a bed yet, and probably will not be getting a bed till we move to our brand new house because we are in the process of buying a house. But anyways, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyways, so Hershey jumped off that and ended up breaking her pelvis, and luckily it was a clean break. According to the vets, aside from my primary vet, who said he sent us to a specialist and said, well, she might need surgery. This was not our usual vet. This was a stand-in vet. He said she needs screws and plates. Well, I've talked to specialists and other breeders and vet techs and people I know, and they recommended crate rest because a pelvic surgery is very invasive, such as with IVDD. They recommended crate rest and pain medication. So Hershey ended up being on crate rest this entire time. She's been very, very limited, and she has started finally doing better. The first week we did see improvements, but they're very minute, and it took some time to get her used to being in a crate long term. And she wasn't very happy. And obviously, with time, she started getting used to being in a kennel. I hate leaving dogs in kennel long term because, you know, it's just not good for them. She can't get up and run around because the pelvic injury she had, again, with IVDD, when they break their back, or they don't break their back, their discs slip out. You have to keep them on straight crate rest because that's the only way it's going to heal. And with her pelvic injury, that's the only way it was going to heal, or she'd have to have screws and plates put into her pelvis. So I didn't want to do that. It was recommended that she just do primarily crate rest. So that's what we ended up doing. But she's done a lot better since she had her crate rest. So as of today is February 25th, 2025. It is 8:35. She has actually started running again. I have been letting her outside to go potty, if y'all didn't notice. She's been going outside by herself majority of the time until I put this new dog run up. And she started going out with Rosemary and Rue. And she's actually improved quite a bit. Now, she doesn't go outside with anybody else but Rosemary and Rue. But this is just primarily in the morning. For the most part, she does stay on crate rest, and I take her out by herself to go to the bathroom. But thanks to this primarily crate rest, she has started improving. She has started running a little bit better. She's been able to jump a little bit more. When she stands on your leg, she's been standing on my husband's leg a little bit more. And she has an x-ray coming up so we can check how her pelvis is starting to go back together and seeing if the break is still there or if the fracture is still there. But for the most part, she has been doing a lot better, which I'm very, very happy about, because for the most part, I was terrified. I've never had a break since Dot was around, and when Dot was around, I was 11 years old, and my dad threw her out of the house, and she broke her foot. So luckily, she is doing a lot. This is the first break I've ever had on my own. So she is doing a lot better, which I'm very, very glad about. When it originally happened, I thought it was like a broken leg or something like that, but it turned out to be her pelvis. So that was a new one for me. You know, it is very extremely terrifying to see something like that happen to one of your dogs. Hershey was my first purebred dachshund that I got. This was 3 years ago, 2020 or 2021. It was Dot passed in 2021, so it was 2021. No, actually, it was the beginning of 2022. I got her January because she was born January 2022. So it was actually 22 that I got Hershey. So I've had Hershey for about 3 years now. She's 3 years old. She was born in January 2022. So I've had her for 3 years now. I got her and Fuzzy around about a month apart. But anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself because this is not about Fuzzy. But it's very terrifying to see something like that happen to one of your dogs, especially with Hershey, because she is one of my OG dachshunds, one of my OG dogs. So it's very, very horrible, and it's very, very frightening. But luckily, because of the crate rest and the pain medication and the anti-inflammatory, she has been doing a lot better, which I'm very, very happy about. She is still struggling a little bit to kind of run a little bit, but she is starting to get her Hershey hop back. So when I first got Hershey, and even to this day before she broke her pelvis, when she ran, she'd hop. Her back leg, she'd just do this trot, this bunny hop. So she's back to doing her bunny hop, but we need to get her x-ray done, which will be happening here probably in the next week or two, to see how it's healing. So I will do another Hershey update. I'm still doing Hershey updates. I just got a little bit sidetracked with everything going on. So again, this is our Hershey Pupdate. She is doing so much better, and I will include a video here of Hershey running with Rosemary and Rue. She did it this morning. She was running back and forth with Rosemary and Rue. Now, she hasn't been able to go outside with the rest of the dogs because this is still very, very dangerous for her. She could re-break her pelvis, so I'm not ready to let her out with the other dogs until we get an x-ray done and see how she's healing and if it's fully healed. Even then, I have to be very, very careful with her. But she is doing a lot better, which I'm very glad about. She is managing to go back to how she was before the break. And she is starting to get her attitude back, let me tell you. But that is our Hershey Pupdate for this week. So thank you guys so much for watching. And again, I do recommend crate rest if you do not feel comfortable with surgery and if it is an option. So anyways, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up for Hershey and I. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as usual, you guys, I'll see you guys next time in the next video. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.